Hello everyone, my name is Hamza Shehzad, and today I'll be talking about managing social anxiety before public speaking. This is a topic that resonates with so many people because almost everyone has felt nervous before speaking in front of an audience. So, in fact, surveys show that fear of public speaking is one of the most common anxiety worldwide, often ranking higher than the fear of heights or even snakes. So, what makes this especially important for me is my role as healthcare professional. In healthcare, leadership depends on effective communication, whether it's addressing colleagues, presenting to supervisors, or explaining the health matters to community. If anxiety limits our ability to work, to speak clearly and confidently, it can hold us back from leadership opportunities. So, in this presentation, I'll explain what social anxiety looks like, why emotional intelligence is an effective tool to manage it, and how I personally applied emotional intelligence strategies to overcome my own fear of public speaking. Social anxiety before public speaking is not just about feeling nervous, it can have real physical, cognitive, and professional impacts. Physically, the body reacts as though it's under threat. Sweating, trembling hands, and dry mouth, and a rapid heartbeat all are common symptoms. These can make us feel out of control. Cognitively, it leads to negative self-talk, thoughts like I'm gonna mess up, everyone will judge me, or I'm not good enough, enter our mind and distract us from delivering our message. This is self-doubt becomes a barrier to communicate effectively. The impact is clear. Our performance drops, our confidence decreases, and and the audience notice our discomfort. For someone like me aiming for leadership in healthcare, this is especially challenging because leaders relies heavily on the ability to speak with clarity and authority. This is why I looked for tools that go beyond just practice makes perfect, and that's when I turned to emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, often called EI, is ability to recognize, understand, and manage emotions, both in ourselves and in others. It's not about ignoring emotions, but also using them in a constructive way. Mayer and Salovey's model break EI into four components. This, the first is perceiving emotion, being able to recognize how we feel in a given moment. Uh, the second is facilitating thought, using our emotions to guide our thinking and problem solving. The third is understanding emotions, knowing why we feel the way we do and how emotions can change. And the fourth is managing emotions, regulating our response, especially in stressful situations like speaking in front of audience. This framework is a powerful tool because it treats anxiety not as a weakness to eliminate, but as an emotion to work with. Instead of fighting against anxiety, EI provides strategies to transform it into something useful. So, my experience with public anxiety, to show how this works in practice, let me share my own experience. I was asked to deliver a leadership seminar to a group of peers and supervisors. I had prepared well and knew my material thoroughly, but despite that preparation, the moment I thought about presenting, my anxiety rose sharply. My biggest fear was being judged, that people might think I wasn't knowledgeable or like capable. Because of these fear, my delivery suffered. I spoke too quickly, skipped over important points, and struggled to maintain eye contact. Even though I had the knowledge, my anxiety stopped me from communicating effectively. That experience taught me that success in public speaking isn't just about what you do, it's about how well you can manage your emotions in the moment. This is when I started applying the principles of emotional intelligence. The first step I took was simply recognizing and labeling my emotions. Instead of trying to hide from anxiety or pretend it wasn't there, I acknowledged it. I told myself I'm nervous and that's okay. Many people feel nervous before speaking. This shift was surprisingly powerful. So, so Kahraman's research in 2022 highlights that recognizing and naming anxiety reduce its influence. It works because labeling an emotion gives the brain a sense of control instead of unknown force overwhelming you. You know exactly what you are dealing with. For me, this meant that when I felt my hand shaking or noticed my heartbeat racing, I didn't see them as sign of weakness. I saw them as natural reaction to an important task. The next step was reframing my emotion. Instead of telling myself I'm anxious and this will go badly, I reframed it into I'm excited. This is my chance to share knowledge and engage with my audience. This was crucial because physiologically, anxiety and excitement look very similar. Both involve adrenaline and heightened energy. The difference is the way we interpret those sensations. By reframing, I turned my nervousness into a source of motivation. In a research in 2014 described this as converting negative energy into positive energy that pushes us to perform better. Personally, this make a big difference. Instead of focusing on my fear, I started focusing on opportunity to connect with others and contribute something valuable. So the third step was to understand the emotion more deeply. I asked myself, why does this anxiety exist in the first place? And the answer is that anxiety is signal from the body preparing for a challenge. It sharpens our senses and creates alertness and pushes us to perform. By seeing anxiety this way, I no longer treat it as an enemy. Instead, I saw it as a tool, reminded that the task mattered to me. Once I validated the emotion, the intensity decreases. So, a research in 2019 explained that understanding the purpose of emotion allow us to regulate them more effectively. For me, this means that instead of resisting anxiety, I accepted it as a part of process. The final step was active regulation. I used several strategies. First, I practiced deep breathing before stepping onto stage. This calmed my physical symptoms and slowed down my heart rate. Second, I used positive self-talk. Instead of saying I'll fail, I told myself I'm prepared. Uh, I am I I am capable and I know my material. This helped replace self-doubt with confidence. Third, during the presentation, I practiced mindfulness. So whenever I felt myself drifting into negative thoughts, I brought my attention back to the present moment, focusing on the word I was saying and the reaction of the audience. These techniques help me stay calm and grounded even in high pressure environment. So the results of applying these steps were clear. I was able to deliver the presentation with more confidence and clarity than before. I spoke more slowly, maintained better eye contact, and presented my ideas in an organized way. The audience gave positive feedback, mentioning that I was engaging and that my message was easy to follow. So that feedback boosted my self-belief and showed me that I didn't have to control my performance. On a personal level, like overcoming this challenge strengthened my leadership presence. It gave me more courage to take on future speaking opportunities, and it showed me that emotional regulation has a direct link to performance. A research in 2019 supported this by showing that emotional intelligence improves both performance and well-being in a stressful situation. So, in conclusion, emotional intelligence provides me with a tool to manage social anxiety before public speaking. By recognizing, reframing, understanding, and regulating my emotions, I was able to transform a fearful experience into a successful one. For the future, I plan to keep applying these strategies in both academic and professional settings. Each speaking experience is an opportunity to strengthen emotional awareness, confidence, and leadership skills. The key lesson I want to leave you with this managing social anxiety is not about removing fear completely. It's about working with that fear using emotional intelligence to turn it into energy and focus and ultimately performing at your best. Thank you very much, everyone. Hope you like my presentation. Thank you.